Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello,
Hello.
welcome, welcome. Guess who is on here? ASABA is on all the way from Cameroon, my homeland. I am so excited. I can see she's super excited to be on here. Before she says
I
anything, let's go ahead and share this broadcast. Go ahead and share. Thank you guys for joining us today. Let me share on all my pages. I know every you guys are joining me. Like I'm gonna get some new viewers that I've never reached before. Those of you that are coming from Asaba's traffic, Asaba's beloved family, have fun. I know she calls them dreamers. The dreamers are on here today. So, dreamers, go ahead and share. Your favorite artist is on today, and I'm so excited to sit down with her today. So, go ahead, share this broadcast. Let me look at the comments. Share. Hey, Ka is on. Ka Nelson is on. Um, you guys are all on. You go ahead and share this broadcast. I'm so excited. We're not gonna really take long. We're gonna jump in right away. I'm on with the one and only Asaba. I see there's also Mubani is on. Thank you so much. Greetings. I'm watching from Bonaberry, Douala. All right, good to have you. I can see you all in your the nice apparel. Your outfit is really good from your picture. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and share this broadcast because we're about to get down with Asaba. I don't know about you, but I am so excited to get to meet this amazing powerhouse voice of that generation. And so I'm your host, Dilish Chi. This is Honest Conversation with me and my guest. I've been doing this twice a week. It's been an amazing show. Today is special. I've been looking forward to this one. Like this one, I've been looking forward to. And here we are. And so, welcome, Asaba. How you doing? I love your smile.
Thank you so much. Thank you. How are you? How was today? How was your day?
My day was good. Very busy. But because I had this coming, it gave me a lot of energy to go through everything I had to do today, all the meetings and the appointments and whatnot. So it was good. It was good. How was yours? How is Douala?
Quite stressful.
What's
But
stressful?
is doing good. Back and then prepare for this. So yeah, I had a busy day too. But I'm
Good.
here and that's what's
That's
important.
good. That's good. Well, we're gonna just jump right in. Are you ready?
Always ready. I'm always ready.
I love that. I love that. I've had the privilege of meeting you, but not really on a one, not like on a personal. I've met you and your team together, where I've happened to come in a few times, to be with you guys, to talk to you guys. But this opportunity to really get to sit down with you really makes me so excited because I'm gonna know you a bit more and your accomplishment and what is behind that accomplishment and behind a summer. But before I go, I wanna congratulate you on your achievement recently. That was in April, isn't it, where you took the award of the year. And so congratulations for
Yeah.
winning that achievement. You must be very proud of yourself, the hard work and stuff. So how you feeling? How did that happen? And how did you go through all the emotions and everything when that came out?
I think I was quite prepared. I mean, I knew I was gonna take that one.
Really? That's good.
It's not pride, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, I knew I was gonna bring that home. So um I think it's all because of hard work from me personally, and then hard work from my team and their dedication and sacrifice, and also the love that I have um been receiving since I began my career. Love from my fans, from my dreamers, and from the entire 237 industry as a whole. So it was hard work, it was love, it was sacrifice, and it was, of course, um an award that came to the right place. It came
Wow.
home to me.
It came, well, I mean, you're gonna have to keep it home. You're gonna make that award home, with you. So are you thinking about that?
Yes, of course. Yes.
That's good. So last year, I know you've just been like pushed into the limelight. Just you've been doing this like full time, just in a very short time. And last year, I heard you were nominated for about 6 awards, and you had been in this thing just for less than a year, and you had 6 nominations. How did that make? That's crazy. Isn't that crazy, Asaba? Isn't that really crazy?
It is super crazy, but then it puts me on my toes. Like, it puts me on my toes. Like, that point where you're on your max, it's like, okay, the race has begun. Now run. You might either get tired or stumble, or people might take over. People might run past you and all that stuff. Yeah, that was the feeling. I was overwhelmed, and but at the same time I was challenged. I felt like, okay, this is the time that you have to put more work, more effort, more everything that you have put before. You have to double your efforts. So that was more like it for me. I was happy, I was uh, grateful, but yet I was challenged to actually, do more and more, because it's not just enough to get nominated for six. It's another thing if you are able to bring the six home, and that was the big challenge for me. But I mean, I'm not completely ignoring the fact that, I mean, getting 6 or 7 nominations is a lot. It's a big deal. I am grateful, so grateful for my fans who nominated me and voted, though we didn't bring it home, but I'm grateful, and I don't take that for granted. And I hope with the work that we're bringing in this year, more awards, more nominations, and more wins are gonna come.
Wow. I mean, you just spoke like a true winner and a champion, and that's one thing that I'm really loving about you. You coming up at this time, you're coming up prepared, and we're gonna go into the story like why now? What have you been doing before showing up now, coming up now in the scene? But I can tell you already that those years that you were not on the scene, you were doing the necessary work. You got me? Like I'm just already feeling like everything that you've been through, that got you ready for this moment, really got you ready. Because for someone that would show up in less than a year, 6, 7 nomination, I can tell you that your timing is right, your effort is right, and your team is right. I think you're on the sweet spot. That's what I really, that's the sense I really feel. And you talking about your fan, I love that you carry your fans in your heart, because that's what I'm really just sensing from you immediately. Like, you've not spoken in 5 minutes, you're mentioning your fans already. Like, they mean so much to you, and they have proven it for you less than a year. Yeah, nominated you. They believe in you so much, and I have a sense like they want so much from you. You think you're giving them what they're crying for.
Yes, I think so. I think I'm giving more
Yeah.
and more. So I think they love what they are receiving now, but they will be happy to get more. Because, I mean, I do chat with my fans sometimes, most times. um I do, and I know their worries, I know their problems, I know what they express most of the time. So yes, I'm giving them what they want to listen, but I know that I have to give them more, and more is on its way.
Yeah, more is on his way. I love that. You are solid. You're ready, girl. You're ready to take the world, not just Africa. You're ready to take the world, and I am just so loving that. Like, I even behind the scene, I'm watching your growth. I'm watching your fierceness. You love to be challenged, and I know that sometimes when I come into those spaces with you guys, I'm super tough. But meeting you on here, you're a strong woman. You can take all of that and some more. So let's get to our question, shall we? Um,
Yes, please.
and so the first question that I like to ask, and this question come a lot because I get this question asked a lot to myself, because sometimes when you are out there pioneering and doing what you're doing because you're called to do it, you do it with so much grace and with so much ease, it would seem, but people don't know what it takes to be you. And so, my big question to you today, Asaba, and I know your fans are going to listen to this, they want to know, is what does it take to be you? You who have showed up in this hour fully prepared, fully ready, on that sweet spot. What does it take to be you behind the curtains?
Oof, that is a big question. um, it takes grace. It takes hard work. It takes sacrifice. It takes pain. Um, and it takes love and passion.
Wow.
That is.
So that is what I love that you included pain in that whole, because for me, when I look at my journey, what has shaped me more is those painful seasons of my life. I would always say to people,
Yeah.
those painful, the most difficult seasons of my life has been gifts for me, because they crack me open, so that what God put in me, or everything that I was born with, would be able to come out effortlessly. And I just love the fact that you mentioned pain. Let's talk a little bit about pain, and you're talking about pain, and your friends are listening and other people are listening, they're getting inspired, they're getting really really motivated. What do you think about pain? What has pain done to you, those seasons of suffering when you have this disappointment and things are not turning the way you want them to turn out? How are you using that? How is it shaping you?
Um, I I think pain has a lot of times given me focus and and foundation, I would say. So pain doesn't just come to crush you, I have learned throughout my journey. It doesn't just come to crush you. It comes to give you focus. It comes to give you a foundation on how to, when you are in the next step, the foundation on how to make the right decisions, um gearing towards that next step. So pain has given me a lot of, I think, personal growth and stronghold, I would say, than crushing me. Though sometimes it came like I was gonna die, like I was going to give up, I was going to lose it all and just, leave everything and be a nobody. But I'm happy that it it took a different turn most of the times, and it made me see not just the negative, it made me see the positive, and it gave me another reason to believe, to hope, to trust, and to carry on.
Yeah, that's good. I love that.
Yeah.
Really, really love that. I'm totally impressed, Asaba, already in this interview, just meeting you. And I'm hoping that I know you do a lot of interviews. I hope
Yeah.
that this personality that I'm really seeing today comes through, and your fans know how solid you are, because that's the kind of woman I'm getting out of just for this few moments already. You're solid, you're grounded, and pain is doing exactly what it should do. Is It's a gift to you, and you see those gifts and those lessons that
Yeah.
pain bring. And one of the things that I'm going to share even as well really quickly that pain has done for me, it's given me compassion and love. It's taught me how to have empathy for people, how to be able to, and when we don't love people, we cannot connect with them. And are a voice over that nation, and you're connecting to every story, to every young girl, to every young boy. You're connecting to every family, to every mother. Like literally, you're seeing yourself. And as an artist whom that you just elevated at that level, I think pain is producing that level of empathy that
Mhm.
we even hear out of your songs. We hear a lot of that come out of your songs. And for me, one of the biggest secret to being great and walking in greatness is compassion. You'll be very surprised how many people are unable to have empathy, to understand somebody else's pain. And that's why we want to use other people. We want to step on people's toes or manipulate and control. But when you come with empathy, you are the winner. You know, you get really elevated. And that's what I hear from your songs. And that's what you embody. So that's really good. Thank you. So next question is, when did you start singing, and did you always know that this would be your path, like you will come to this and be very successful at this?
As a child, it was just always fun, you know, singing and seeing people dance and be happy and come to me and say, "Oh, you are such a cute child," and just appreciating what I was doing. It was just fun. I mean, as a child, you would not know that it's a passion or it's something that can be that can be your motivation, or that can be what you want to do. We grew up knowing that we could be medical doctors and pilots and geographers and and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I knew from the beginning or from day one that I was going to be a singer, but as time went on, as I began doing this thing and seeing what it was doing for me personally and seeing what it was doing for other people, the joy that it gave me and the joy that it gave other people, I said to myself that I think this is what I want to do. Cause I mean, I went to school, I did my nursing, graduated as a state registered nurse, and yeah, at that moment I think I was fulfilling all righteousness, because my mom was like, no, if you don't, I just spend my money for you. I say, man, you go school, go work, can't give me money, can't feed me, so you have to. My mom was not having it. She was not having the walking around singing, people clapping. I mean, because at that time there was no money in this thing, so people just usually clap. They will clap for you, and that was all. So it was, to me, it was fun. It was just having fun and vibing to the gests and the thing that came with it. But not up till I think when I got to Form 5, that was in 2010. I began to see and feel what it really meant. I began to discover what it was really doing to me as a person. And that was when I felt like, okay, this is what I should do as a person. This is what I should take as a passion, or this is a path. This is the path I need to follow. But it was difficult. It was really difficult to finally take that challenge and say, okay, I want to be, because I couldn't fund it. And again, I couldn't go against my mom's wish of being a medical doctor or a nurse. It was a difficult part. So, yeah.
Wow. I mean, let me tell you, like, I have a lot of people whom they call me, oh, can you talk to my child? He's not going to school. And they're like from the US. I'm just like, school is important, but I'm, with so many people who did, are not doing what I'm not even doing what I went to school, even with a master's for. Like, I mean, being an entrepreneur, you will use the business degree or whatnot, but I'm not exactly, because you begin to discover this creativity that was locked inside of you. And you know what, to be honest, we don't really need all that education. I used to be one who would champion education, but just let the child follow the path and let the path shape the child. Yeah. and and
Yes.
and
Yes.
that's
Finally, one very adult is saying this thing.
well, you met a crazy adult, I can tell you that.
Because I mean, like 80% of the adults or the moms and dads you will meet out there, no, 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 we'll not support this thing you just said right now. But I'm happy that somebody actually shares the same idea as me.
Well, you're crazy, isn't it? You're very artistic. You're very like out of the box, and stay that way. Stay that way, okay? Don't feel like you're the only odd one in the
You.
basket. Nobody stay that way, and that's very necessary. I don't believe that. I was telling my nephew and my niece, talking to my siblings, all this and all the report card. I'm just like, don't focus on it too much. Just let the kids lead you to what path they want to go. Because I've seen multimillionaires, people who are happy, they're fulfilled, making a lot of money, not from their degrees and their education. But if you can do education and pursue something else, do it. If you whatever you want to do, just follow the path. It will shape you. There's struggle, there's suffering there. It doesn't matter. Either way, there's struggling and there's suffering. There are days that you're gonna be hungry. There are days that you're not gonna know when to have your house rent, and that's part of life. Okay, that's part of life. It happens to everybody around the world. So thank you for sharing that and being honest with that. So when did your big break happen?
Okay. So I'll tell you guys a little story.
All right.
So in 2000, I love telling this story. So in 2019, 18, because I've always been a backup singer. Um, you know, artists saying they call me, I do backup for their songs. It was what I loved doing. I loved to stay at the back of the scene, not in front of the scene. Now, this was because of insecurities and all that. So I'm going to get into that. Maybe I'm sure you're going to ask me
Yeah.
the question about that. So one I received a call from a young producer who is now my producer préféré, Rapnet. Rapnem. So he called me. He said, "I've met you and I've heard a lot about you, and I want us to do a song." And that was after we met at Aquanda Studios, Best B Studio, and I did a backup for a little child called Mayochu. She aspires to be an artist. So I went to Rapnem's studio after that. We did a song which is Mon Bebe. This song is Mon Bebe, and it's that is giving me all this spotlight right now, Mon Bebe. So I went to his house. We did this song. He loved it. He couldn't hold his emotions. So he sent the song to his boss, which is your sister, Daphne. He sent the song to his then boss, Daphne, and Daphne listened to the song and she was wowed. And she said, you know what? I'm going to send this song to my elder brother, who is now my boss. And when she sent the song to my boss, he loved it. And that was it for me. Um, he called me. We had a conversation on phone, and the first things I will never forget that he told me was, "I'm going to let the world know you." Those words, I never forget them. I carry them with me every time I go on an interview. The world is actually getting to know me, and that was a prophecy. I'm not sure he knew he was giving a prophecy then, but yes, it's happening, and it's real. So we had that conversation. A few months passed, and we signed papers, and we started working. Work started, and work has been what brought us to this point, with his love, with his passion for production and for me and for the entertainment industry at large. So that was when my big break happened. 2020, I was signed. I released my first song, Yele Yele, that talks about young girls embracing themselves and feeling confident and comfortable in whoever they are, whatever shape, form, or size that they are in, and actually, loving who they are, and not having all these insecurities about their personality, and about their body or their shape and everything. So Yele was that for me, because that was my story. That was actually a real story. Now, when he signed me, he actually asked me, which song would you want to release? At the moment, Mom Baby was that song. Everybody was vibing to, yeah, yeah, we want to release Mom Baby and stuff. So I called him and we talked, and I told him, I know Mom Baby is a beautiful song. If you release this song, it's going to be nice. People are going to love it, and we are going to dance to it and vibe. But I think Yele is that song that's going to give me a footprint that's going to implant me into the hearts of people. It's going to build me a fan base that will respect the artists that will respect my artistic direction and my level of creativity as a person. So I felt like Yele should be that song that should start first. And God so kind, Spirit listened. He listened. So that was the song we released, and trust me, the feedback was amazing. It was actually a big break for me. Releasing Yele was the best decision that my team and I took from the very beginning. And
Wow.
I've never been so proud.
Wow. I mean, the story of having that phone call and him saying, I'm going to let the world know you. I knew I was working with my younger sister. My younger sister is the craziest entrepreneur I've met in my life. She is fierce, she's ruthless, she's bold, and she's the one directly behind me. She is like there's no one like her in my family. Like she's in a class of her own. When people think that I am powerful and all that, wait until they meet her. You're gonna sit down when you meet her. Like, let me sit down first, right? So I was working with her and her artists because she brought the artists to me, and along the line, and I didn't know what happened, the switch, and then my brother. But I know it's just been a short time that my brother has been doing this with you, but you guys have done amazingly. I know my brother is very blessed. You have the best boss in the world. That is the kindest human being that God sent your way. I can promise you that. And you guys would have an amazing, amazing life together with your team. All of you, have been with you so many times. And I love the fact that he opens the place up for God. And I don't know about your people, don't know what you guys do, but it's one thing you guys embrace as a team. You embrace the prophetic voice of God. You embrace God in your midst. He's one who is very spiritual, and is reflecting in everything, even his deep love and compassion, which is they can see it all over you. Like you're in a family. You're looking good, you're looking well. And I know there are tough times. I know when he would toughen up and all of that whatnot. But it is necessary, and it's not without knowing that there's love and there's understanding, which I think is what a lot of artists want. You want to be in a place where it's like family. They understand you, they get you, they listen to you as much as you listen to them. And so congratulations on this your journey. Asaba, you've just only started, and I know you're having all these accolades, sweetheart. This is just the little bits of things, because your mind is getting ready to be blown. All right, your mind, and you are well on your way. Your right character, right attitude, and I know the world is just waiting for you. So your next question is, how did you keep the dream alive before this break? How did you deal with the disappointment, the obscure? I mean, you being in the back, wanting the spotlight when you know that there's a fire inside of you that is meant for you to be in the front. I want to assume that even though you were trying to hide, you knew you should be in the front. So, how did you deal with that pain, that excruciating pain of
Yes.
wanting to be seen, but yet being afraid? And another issue was, where's the opportunity? So that's a lot of pain, that's a lot of turmoil that can send one into depression, into obscurity. How did you manage all of that?
Honestly, I don't know. Grace. God's grace kept me. Honestly, I don't think I know how I managed to um go through all of that and still be the person that I am right now. I honestly don't know. I would just say it's grace. Grace found me and he kept me.
Yeah. And I know that there are people that are
Yeah.
watching, some of them your fans that are watching, and people that have joined us, my dear friends all over the world that follow me as well. One of the things we all have in common is that we're going to
Yeah.
deal with those times when things are not going the way we want, when you are going to deal with being hidden, obscurity, when you should be in the front, not being heard. You're going to ask, when is my time, right? When is it's 5 years, it's 10 years, when is my time? But you said grace kept you. And you know one thing you said, and I just want to highlight that to those of us that are watching, and some of you may be in that place where you're waiting, like ASABA was waiting before that phone call came. All right. She was serving, she was doing the backup singing, and she was doing it joyfully, right? And I think that is a key. Just have that good heart to still serve. I remember when I came on with you guys, one of the things that I've just felt I wanted to really leave with you, and especially you and your team, is knowing that every time you hold that mic, you are serving people, you are contributing, you are adding, you're inspiring, you're transforming. And you did it even behind the scene, and we're seeing you doing it now when you have the spotlight. I want to encourage people, as I've just heard you for this short while, that is what you've just demonstrated so beautifully in your life. Even when nothing was happening for you, you were still, you just told me you were going to do a backup for a child.
Yeah.
Did you just
Yes. I think my answer was at at the time. I would say yes.
I mean, there you go. There you go. No wonder your turn came. And so, if you are a young artist, I see you have a lot of young artists, aspiring artists following you. And if you are in that place and you're watching the replay, you're going to watch this later on, we want you to hold on. Keep having a good heart. And I think sometimes you'll be tested. You had to be tested with a 15-year-old. Are you going to do it with your whole heart? Or you're gonna, kiss your teeth and say, "Look at me! I'm exploding with all this gift and talent. How dare you ask me to do that?" Um, so keep the faith, keep the grace, because your time would always come, especially if you have your a good attitude. And so thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. So let's go to the next question. We have a lot of questions for you. Hopefully we can make it through. Okay. So how important is it for you to have the right
Okay.
relationships? Yeah, how important is it for you to have the right relationship around you? You've talked about your team. You have an amazing team, and I can see you glowing. That tells me you have good people around you. You're peaceful, you're joyful, you're grounded. That tells me that you're in an area where love is. So tell me about the importance. And the artists that are going to watch, and I know your friends, some of your friends are artists and up and coming artists. How important is relationship? How important is it for you to pick the right people in your life at this height?
Picking the right people in I wouldn't just talk about me in an artist's career is one of the most important things to do, because it's always going to put your mental health in check. We have, I think, a lot of artists nowadays deal with um a lot of pressure from they or them as a person, pressure from family, pressure from fans, pressure from their career, and pressure from, in fact, just everything. So having the right people around you who not only support you but direct you and hold your hand and still be there, who not only criticize you but make sure that their critics are directed towards building you and towards molding you, is very, very important. Because once you have people around you who feel like you are God, it's wrong. If you have people around you who feel like everything you do is right, you are heading towards destruction. If you have people around you who who don't see the vision, who don't share the vision, is another problem. So having people around you who share the vision, who criticize you but yet direct you and uphold you and uplift you, is very, very important in every artist's career. Male, female, man, woman, child, adult. It is very, very important to have very solid and strong relationship with people around you who are able to see deep into what you are heading towards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Really good. I mean, I totally agree with that, especially myself as well. I share the same point of view. They are very important. They're everything literally, and you've nicely categorized it, which makes me know that you know what you're doing. So you know your fans should be rest assured that Asaba has got this thing. You're ready. You're ready. And so my next question is, what are some of the lessons you've learned along the way that you can pass on to upcoming artists and to your fans that are following you and watching you?
Oh, be your number one fan. Because nobody will love your music or your talent or what you're offering more than you can do.
Yeah,
Love you unconditionally. Love what you do unconditionally. And trust and believe in you. Because once you do that, that energy flows. It's like you're sharing the energy that within. They feel it even in your music, even in your songs, in how you perform, in how you relate, in how you interact. They can feel that. They feel every little thing you put out there, every energy, negative, positive, they feel it. So be that person that from within encourages yourself, that believes and trusts in yourself. Of course, there's going to be times when doubts will come, rocks will come, you know, it will get difficult and it will get frustrating. We are not denying that. But believing and trusting supports you and that believes in you.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear
Yeah.
you loud
I
and
mean,
clear.
that is profound. That is, I think, for anyone who is going to be great, that is the number one thing they have to do. And you know, one thing I love about you
Yeah.
is that you love God. You want to talk about your connection with God a little bit. Let's, you know, I know you're a woman who fears God. As a matter of fact, you've sang like gospel songs as well and stuff like. You want to tell me about your relationship with God? I think that's one of the things that empowers you a lot, isn't it?
I have a strong foundation with with my Christianity and with God. In fact, I started my my music career in church. I was I was lead singer in every church I have attended. In Moya, in Moliko, in Douala, in everywhere I've attended church, just that responsibility was just given to me. Worship, and I think that kind of built me and gave me something that is so special and that is so true. And times have come when I have said, I mean, is this God even with me? And and just wanted to leave it all there and focus on this other side and feel like, okay, I can be a Christian but not a Christian. But I think having a relationship with God is not about perfection, and that is what has kept me rolling over the years. Actually, knowing and coming to the realization and to the reminder and remembrance that having a relationship with God is not perfection, because my mind, I didn't really know that. I
Yeah,
didn't really know that at all. I thought having a relationship with God, having a relationship with God, you need to, be a perfect person and this holy person and don't do bad and don't do stuff, whatever definition of bad it is. But actually coming to that, realization each time, and telling myself that, oh no, you mustn't be perfect, you mustn't be this person, you mustn't just be Mary, and God will take the rest and He will do the rest, has been enough for me, and it has kept me going.
That's beautiful. Beautiful place, beautiful realization, beautiful. I do believe that there are a lot of people who are out there, especially in your industry, that have a relationship with God that people don't know about, they don't talk about it. And that is what I encourage. Have your relationship. That is your because everybody needs something to believe in that is bigger than yourself. And you have beautifully put it, and I am so really glad to hear that. And so there's this Asaba who shows up on the stage so confident, like you are like exuding a lot of confidence right now. But we've heard the story of Asaba who dealt with this insecurity like every young girl would deal with. And so how did you walk that journey, or how you even still walking that journey of battling this insecurity that everybody in the world fights or deals with? You always this confident as your fan sees you on the stage? What is it? How do you do that? Are you dealing with those insecurities?
Um, so when I had my daughter, it was one of the most difficult periods in my life when I had my daughter. I mean, the changes that occur with with motherhood and having a baby and all that. But
Yeah.
before that, I had a lot of health. I had a couple of surgery that really kept me in a bad place and all that stuff. So coupled with all that, it was horrible. It was so horrible for me. It took away my confidence. It took away how I felt from within. It took away my peace. It took away health, which is wealth. It took its toll so much from me. And having my daughter, kind of, I would say, is one of those things that God did for me that changed my life. So I was having this conversation with my daughter. That was before I was signed. Before I was
Yeah.
signed, I was having this conversation with my daughter, my best friend, and we talk a lot. And she looked at me right deep in my eyes and she told me, "Mommy, I want to be like you."
Wow.
She was just 2 years, 2 years, and no, one year and I think 7 months. She told me, "I
Wow.
want to be like you." My daughter has very brilliant. She's always been very, very, very sharp. By 11 months, she was already singing a lot of songs. So I'm blessed with her. So when she told me that, I felt like that was somebody talking in her, because how dare a 1 year, 7, 8 months old child tell you she wants to be like you? It doesn't even sit well. So it kind of shook me a little bit. And I remember shedding tears that day. I cried, and I told myself, I think this is a message for you to hold on to and reflect. And so I hold on to that and I reflected. And what came to mind was, this child just said she wants to be like me. What what is that thing that she can copy for me, or what is that thing that I can give her that she can hold on to and testify and be proud of? I felt like I should start by working on had to do with working on my confidence, working on all those insecurities, working on all that sadness that I was feeling inside and that pain that I was feeling inside, working on all that, that thing that was keeping me behind, and just looking for a solution and finding myself again. And I took a decision to be myself. I took a decision to stand up for myself and be confident and be true and be happy and be at peace with whatever thing I had went through. And that was it for me. So my daughter is kind of that instrument that, God used to bring me back to my senses and tell
Yeah.
me that you got this and you have to move forward.
That's good. That's really good. Beautiful. So, what would you say to these young women, and even some men who are struggling to accept their image, their bodies, confidence? They doubt themselves. They know they have this big dream like yourself, but they don't have what it takes from the inside to even be bold enough to put themselves forward. What can you? They're watching us right now, and they're going to watch the replay. What can you say to them? I think the Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think the reception. Guys, keep just stay tuned. Let me try and make sure she comes back on. This interview is going really well. Are you guys getting any nuggets from there? Let's see who is on. Amazing, very powerful. Yes. I see you guys. Um yeah, she's gonna join us back. I think the reception where she is on a bit unstable, but it's been amazing just hearing her drop so many nuggets. Some of you are getting to know her even more. Just I'm so looking forward to just finishing this and getting to know her even deeper and deeper. Just in the meantime, while she's coming, just drop one of the things that you've heard her say that resonates with you in the comment. And if you've not shared this broadcast with your friends, go ahead and share this to as many people as possible. I know it would encourage someone. So type in the comments below, what are you taking away? What have you heard so far that is inspiring you, that stood out for you? So let's know. Yes, she's come back, but let's go ahead in the comment section and show Asaba some love, and let us know what has resonated with you. She's dropped so many nuggets. She's already been so inspiring from the get go. So drop in the comment. Let's know what you're getting out of this, out of our story, out of this interview, and go ahead and share as many people as possible. Let them know that Asaba is on. Um, Spilling the beans. That's how they call it, isn't it? Getting you guys to get to know her, and she's getting to know you guys as well. So before your internet got interrupted, I was asking you that there are some young women that want to be like you, like your daughter said
Mhm.
to you. They look up to you. They want to be like you. I see someone say that number one thing they're getting out of this is that they'll be your own number one fan. That's really good. Be your biggest self, love yourself, believe in yourself, and the gift God has given you. See, people are taking all of those nuggets out of this conversation of what you've shared, so that's good. So Asaba, there are people, young ladies that want to be like you, and some of them are your fans.
Mhm.
Some of them you're yet to meet, and some of them have just watched you on YouTube around the world. They are also young men who want to be like you, be bold like you, be on stage, be confident like you. What can you say to them that feel like they're being held back with self-belief? They can't love themselves. Their parents did not believe in them, and all of that going on that is holding them back. What is it you can say to them that you believe will help them, that helped you?
Please. Mommy, Joy, please. Joy. Please take the charger and go and give her Blanche. I'm so sorry. Blanche,
Fine.
take.
Hi, Joy. How are you doing, Joy? That's okay.
She would always. Sure. Joy just signed everybody. Okay, let me get to your question. Oh, I don't even know. How to even? I think you're unique. I would say you are unique in everything that you do. A singer, a writer, a poet, a doctor, a lawyer. You are unique. Whatever you do has a very unique style, and it comes across to different people differently and very uniquely. So don't feel like what you're doing is not enough, and don't compare, or don't try to feel like this other person is doing it this way and I feel I would do it this way. What this person is doing, or the method that this person may be using to do, cannot be the same as as your own. And what works for that person will not work for you. So believe that you're unique. Believe that the path you have taken and the direction you have taken is unique, and it's taking you to a positive place, to a bigger place.
That's good.
So uniqueness is key. And once you identify your key, which is your uniqueness, go for it and hold on to it.
That's good. That's very good. I mean, that's where it starts and it ends, isn't it? That we're all not the same. And that leads me to your next question that I want to ask is, how are you disrupting the entertainment and music industry? You just come in, how you shaking it up? Are you like with your style, with your brand, with your lyrics? Let me see what I wrote. With your voice, your image, all of that good unique stuff. Why are you shaking it? Because I want to believe you're shaking it. Otherwise, I don't think you'll be propelled into that industry at this time just to go blend in and let it be the same. I hope you're totally shaking it upside down. And how you doing that?
I am doing my very best. Trust me, with our industry here in Cameroon, you can never be perfect. And I know that. But I am doing my very best. I am putting in everything that I have to do my very best and just really shake them. So the ones who are shaken, they fall off and they come along. The
Yeah,
ones who are not, they are still doing small shakara for me, but they'll come along.
yeah,
So of course I'm doing my best. I'm putting in everything I can, and hopefully and surely it gets bigger and better.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. One of the things that I really love, even talking to you up close, is your authenticity. Like you're real.
Yeah.
I feel like you want to bring that to the forefront as well. You don't want to bring the makeup, the lights, the camera. You're real. I
Yeah.
watch your interaction with your fans, with people. You're real. You're hugging them. You're loving on them. You're touching. You're letting them know I'm you and you and me. How Why
Yeah.
is that important to you?
Um each opportunity I get to actually relate with my dreamers, it puts me in a place where I feel like that is me right there. That is me who looked up to Daphne, to Salatiel, to Mr. Leo, to Stanley Ennard, to Jovi, to Magasco, to Ewube. I'm I feel like I am putting myself in that place, and I just want to give that person the opportunity that I didn't have when I was like them. So having that interaction and that moment does not only give them something, it gives me something to take back home and oh, see that moment. And when I come back home and I watch these videos and I see myself and these people just being happy and shouting and crying and that stuff, it overwhelms me, gives me joy and a lot of joy. So yeah, I would do that. I would do that till the end. I don't want to stop. That is my safe place. That is
Yeah,
the place where I find it. I get it all
right.
when I'm with those people.
I see you talk about it with so much passion, almost tears in your eyes, and that's how much it means to you. We get it. We feel you, Asava, tonight. You are the most beautiful gift that I think that was given to that nation. I am your biggest fan, and I'm so excited. Let's see. You have a big project that is coming up. I
Mm,
think it's your biggest project yet. You're going to blow up that continent with this project.
let me back small. It is not my biggest project. It is Cameroon's biggest project they would see.
Let's have a drum roll right there. Ta da da da, ta da da da. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. Go ahead.
Biggest project that would happen in a decade. I don't think I've seen any artists come up with what I have come up in the past couple of months, I think, because it took me a couple of months to put all of that together. So there are mind blowing artists on this project. There are a lot of talented and super giants on this project, and my heart is in this project. I put in everything in this project. So it is, I say it with chest. It is Cameroon's biggest project that would happen in a very long time. I am so confident of that.
You know what, young lady? You've got what it takes to blow that continent up. So you go do it. All right? Go blow that continent up. It's in your hands. You've been given it because you can be trusted with it. I hope your team is hearing it. They should pick up that line, Cameroon's biggest project yet. We're hoping to see that line on that project when it's released. As bold as you have declared it on here, it's true. If you don't say
Yes.
it, you will have it. You know it already. I see your boss is
the
on.
word the word bigger, biggest never lack in my songs. If you listen to all my songs, into majority of my,
See, the internet is going again when this interview is getting sweeter and sweeter.
I do use them a lot.
Absolutely. I totally love them. And big everything. Big song, big project, big love, big heart. Let's do it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I see your boss is on here saying, of course, it's gonna be the biggest ever. We are very confident about it. And you know what? I've had the privilege to listen to some of those songs. Let me tell you, because you guys haven't produced it yet, you haven't published it, so I can't put it on
Very
repeat. And so me and my team, we going like, can we repeat that? So I have to always press it like manually. I'm like, oh my god, Liz, you go ahead and release the songs. I have heard some of them. They're literally they're crazy. They're like off the charts. So I can't. When are you releasing the song? When is it coming?
now
Because
you're spilling the beans. See, you're saying that you've heard some of this. You might not say that.
no, I haven't heard what you guys have done right now. I haven't heard. So if I would listen to what you guys are doing now, it would be totally different from what I got a preview in. I can tell you that. So let the people don't be bothered about what I heard because they're not even putting me in the loop. So what are we expecting? When is it coming out? What kind of expectations should your fans have? How should they be sitting when it's gonna be released? Should they be sitting on the edge of their seats or standing up for this release? When is it coming and stuff?
They shouldn't sit. Oh, that is not. No, they shouldn't sit. If the seat is not going to take them somehow, they will be standing. You have to stand with your hands like this. So when the first song enters, this is your reaction.
So
You
everybody
have
watching,
to go.
let's practice. This
Because
is
if
the
you
release.
see the way it's going to take you, you will not understand. So you, from the first to the last song, this is how you're going, please. No time.
We're practicing ASABA. Let's practice, guys. Every one of you that are watching, let's practice how we're gonna be ready to receive this release. Like, mm, mm. So when your song is released, ASABA, I would love to have you again on the show to talk about the process of making the wonderful project that we're getting ready to see. And do you have time for a
Definitely.
few more questions? Let me find out. Okay. So talking about your big Cameroon's biggest project yet, how
Yes.
hard
Yeah. I
you
have
have
10
some time?
minutes.
Okay. So talking about Cameroon's biggest
Yeah.
project, how hard do you work behind the scene?
Ooh. Um, let me tell you guys the hardest part. The hardest part has been um trying to allocate each song to uh, their various artists, because I have a lot of collaborations on the project. So it has been actually having being able to get the right artist for the right song and pairing us, because energy is varying. Once you don't get the right energy from the other person, it can make the song boring, or even the song can lose its credibility yet, or it may just be a waste of time. So the challenge was actually being able to put the right artist on the right song. And then another challenge was also, getting the songs mixed and mastered. And then the biggest challenge was, at one point, I I lost a part of my creativity. I I lost it for quite some time, and it was really frustrating. And at that moment, I was not having it. It was making me feel like I was going crazy. And
Yes.
I mean, I would say that there was just this diverse reactions coming from me. I think I can tell I was even bipolar. It was a crazy moment for me, and nobody can understand how frustrating it is for someone who's a creative to lose that part of them for a long period of time like that, because it went on for a while. Um but I'm happy I was able to move past that and just focus and come back and pick up shape and continue working. And we
Yeah.
finally had the project ready. Yeah.
So can you give us like the expectation of the project, or you cannot give us any hint on that? Because you guys are strict.
We cannot give you any expectation. You're going to get everything from my social media handles at ASABA Official on Facebook, Instagram, of course, TikTok at Real ASABA Official. And please keep your feet on the ground on Starfish Entertainment, Spotify, Apple Music, Boomplay, YouTube, everywhere. It is going to be available everywhere. So just stay connected and you will get every information that you need when the project lands. Of course, there's going to be a little hype from time to time, to remind you when it's going to come, announce when it's going to come and stuff like that. But just stay glued, stay close, and you will definitely get every little info about our upcoming project.
That's amazing. I'd love to bring you back next time to talk about that creative side, because you're super creative. Like it flows out of you like water. And when you mentioned that you lost it and found it, that's a big topic that I would love for us to, because even as a writer and a speaker, sometimes I lose that as well.
Wait,
And so I totally relate to what you're saying. So I'm not gonna go into that. Let me ask you this. How do you take care of your emotional and mental health real quickly? Can you hear me? How do you take care of your emotional and your mental health?
oh, hmm. Hey, that particular one is a very fun topic. Oh. It is a very, very fun topic. Taking care of those two giants. Oh,
Yeah,
hey, it is. Hmm, it's quite challenging taking
yeah.
care of that as an entertainer. Honestly, I won't lie, but you know, I push, I push. I don't give up. I the whole grass. I the pin my conzi. Pin my conzi for that. You leave me no ton pied mon pied. Ah, with my no nah. I must get to that place where I went to go. It is shake, it is balance sometimes, it go so it is dance makosa, dance salsa, dance bikusi, dance, but it comes back in stance and say, okay, there's time for you. This is time for you to continue, start going, and I start going. But yeah, there's a lot of distraction. It is
Yeah,
not easy at all, but
yeah.
yeah,
That is really good. I love your honesty. Like you've let your fans know it's not the easiest things, and of course, those are the biggest things in people's lives. Everybody deals with it. So before we let you go, who is your biggest inspiration?
oh, my biggest inspiration right now is myself. Me,
I
Asaba.
love
My biggest, yes, myself. Cause yeah, I think what should really inspire you and motivate you is self.
that.
If self doesn't inspire you, self will fail, because self has its personal experiences. It has its personal, you know, um, and unique torments and pain and happiness, and everything to self is just unique and it's particular intentional. So once you have that in your mind, and once you're conscious of that, and deep within you that self should be your only motivation. But I mean, I do have a lot of people who encourage me, who make me want to do better. And like, you would listen to my song Big Dreams, you would hear of Charlotte Dipanda, Manu Dibango, Rihanna. You will hear of Simi in Nigeria. You will hear of a lot of people. Those are people who encourage me and who make me want to do better than I'm doing now. Yeah, but I think my biggest inspiration right now is myself.
That's good. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Let's see. Let me take one question from your fans. How you manage public life and personal life really quickly, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah.
How you manage
Sorry,
your
I didn't get the last question.
how you manage your public life and your private life, your personal life.
Oh, you just heard Joy enter here and say, "Mommy, my tablet is low. I need my charger." It is not easy at all. It is not easy at all. But I mean, God doesn't give you anything that you can't carry. The God know they give you load where you know if you carry am. So anything where He give you, it is intentional. It is for you. No matter how you complain and beat yourself and go up and come down, it is for you. So I just make sure that for my career, I put a balance, and with family I put a balance. I time a lot of time to each of these places, though time will never be enough, but I try my best to just be able to put a balance between these two. And 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 it works for me. I would say it works so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's beautifully said, Asaba. Thank you for taking out time and turning up today
Yeah.
for us and the world to get to know you, especially here in the United Kingdom. It's been a pleasure and an honor sitting down with you. This interview was very easy, and I know the our friends that have watched also would say the same thing. It was very easy talking to you. You're one of the most honest and transparent human being in the planet right now, and that in itself is a gift, especially to people like you who are called to great spaces. Thank you for sharing your life. Thank you for answering the questions and coming on this conversation. We do hope to see you again, especially when your the biggest project in Cameroon is out. Our ears will be out. You guys go follow Asaba, her pages. She's called them out. Asaba Official, Starfish Entertainment. Follow, watch her things on YouTube. It's on iTunes. I was listening to it before we came live. I have it all on my iTunes and they're on repeat. Um, and you're doing a fantastic work. I love your heart. I love the love that you're spreading for that nation. I believe that you're a prophetic voice, um, and that God is going to use mightily not only in that nation but in the world. We cannot wait to see where God take you. Before you go, we're looking that you take those 6 awards for this year. You're confident you're going to bring them home, right? Those awards that we know you're going to be nominated and you're going to bring those awards home. We are rooting for you, and we know that your space in that industry is
Thank
on
you.
it's undeniable. We love you so much. We love you. Know that you're deeply loved. Don't listen to your haters. There's more people who love
Thank
you than those that are not wanting to love you. And so continue to shine,
thank
continue
you.
to soar, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you for coming. And so thank you guys for hanging on. If you're just joining us, make sure you watch this replay. Let's call this a conversation with ASABA part one, because she's definitely going to come back when she's dropped the biggest project of Cameroon. We will be looking forward to having her talk about a project that she's very proud of, and it has been an absolute
Thank
pleasure
you.
to yeah. Go ahead, Asaba. Go ahead. Go ahead. You were saying something. What did you want to say? Can you hear me? Okay. Then the reception is. But thank you guys so much for watching. We've come to the end of this program. What did you want
Thank
to
you
say,
so much.
Asaba? Okay, go ahead. Say it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead. You were saying something and I was interrupting. Go ahead and say what you wanted to say.
No, no, I didn't want to say anything. Um, they keep asking me to sing, so I think I should.
Oh yeah, please go
This is
ahead.
what
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Yes.
answer question. Moi, je t'aime plus que moi-même, c'est quoi ça? Eh, ah. If I've been knowing no for try, my brother. Eh, now it's I say kumba wata oh carry go. I know if sleep again oh carry go. This one I love oh say na different thing oh oh. Yele oh oh yele yele yeah oh yele yele oh ah yele. Ils sont voulu nous séparer. Chercher gâter, oh les sorciers, laissez-nous respirer. You et the talk, pari paru, para pare. Je wonder même, stop, cause my baby did for me.
Well, thank you so much. How could I bring you the vocalist of
Thank
the
you
year?
so much.
I
Thank you.
love you. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of your growth. I'm proud of how you're rising. Know that I'm in your corner
Thank you so
all the time. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
thank you.
Thank you guys. I'm going to be, we're gonna go now, and you
Have
guys,
a wonderful
yes. Love you, love you, love you, everybody.